A special message before we start. We all know someone, or suffering ourselves. Reach out and check on your loved ones to see if they are okay. It makes a huge big difference when there is someone there to listen. I was lucky where I had some people that did reach out to me and check on me. It's not easy living with depression and PTSD. Check it out. www.ruoc.org.au. You may even save a life too.
G'day everybody, welcome to Wacky Weekend. Hopefully everybody's well. Guess what I found? I actually found a layout in the back room. Every wacky crazy man's fantasies come true, almost. I mean, I've even got see-through mountains. That's how good I'm. That's how lucky I got. So hopefully everybody's well. G'day, Anthony. How are you, my dear friend?
Oh, I'm doing okay, I guess. Doing okay.
Okay, you guess. I hear you're going to have the same issue as me in about a week's time. We're both getting deported. You're getting deported from the US, and I'm getting deported from Australia.
About 11 days. About 11 days. Willful deportation.
Yeah, well, I've got Tuesday week I'm being deported, so let's say a quick hello to everybody. Well, Hot Dog Andy, a pilot, he's gone to bed early.
Yep,
He must be on a promise.
Hope he's not feeling ill, but maybe just tired and need to get to bed early.
Oh, I don't know. I think it's with the weather. G'day, Randall. How are you, buddy? Mark Zantek, how are you? Joe Raider, how are you, buddy? Floyd Robbins, have you? Southwest Railroad, nice to see you in here again. Haven't seen you for a while. Tammy and Ray, g'day. G'day, Ray. Say hello to Tammy for your mum. Yeah, I was going to go and do a live stream from Filmy Steam Festival, which I have been doing since I've been doing this show. But unfortunately, one, I still got a lot of things to do here before I go. And I'll tell you what, it's a nightmare up there. Dumbass state government, that's all I'm going to say. They decide they're going to do all track work, everything else up there. So it's going to be transport chaos up there on top of, we've got storm warnings where we're going to be getting a fair bit of rain up the top of the mountains there. So I do not want to get stuck. But after the show, I've got still a lot of running around to do here. Yes, I am in my training room again, and you know, it's amazing the track work hasn't rusted, but I've got to learn how to operate my layout again. So, yeah, I now got my monitors going, and it's all set up well. I'm going to use a shaky cam. And how do I use StreamYard again? It's a worry, isn't it?
Sometimes.
Okay, now let me see which camera's which. Oh, that's the engine facility. That's to my left on the bottom. Hang on, why is it mirrored? Oh, that's better. Let's see, is that the top? No, that's inside the mountain. As you see, I've got see-through mountains. Here we go. That's the one looking down at the station. Nathan, g'day, buddy. How are you? So we're looking at the station there. That's that's all my main central station.
That's what you got, you sneaky devil.
What?
You got the city jet. Nice.
I haven't got one. I've got two.
Well, double fuck you then. I mean, I'm sorry, kids. You didn't hear that.
Well, I've got the one next to the rail jet. That was the
Right. Okay, I see it now. I wasn't seeing it because of the livery was one of the commercial liveries.
Yeah,
But
that's
yeah, you do have two of them. Wow, those are nice.
yeah. They're two different liveries. The one which is next to the railjet on platform 2, which is going to be platform 2. That was a demonstration model released that OBB did with the green
Yep.
backdrop on it.
Yep.
And this one is the standard one.
Yep. I know. Joyce and I rode those a few times when we were in Salzburg and Vienna.
Yeah.
I need to buy one, and I haven't bought one.
Good luck. G'day, Papa John. Well, you can't get the 3-car sets
We always call
anymore.
those the rolling cassette. We always call those the rolling cassette cars because if you look at them, other than the one big wagon in the middle, the main cars all look like old tape cassettes, that you'd put in your little cassette recorders. You're just now seeing that, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
we call them rolling cassettes.
Well, there's there. Thanks, Randall. Yep. Okay. Goes live and they start calling trips. Of course, buddy. G'day, Willow Creek. How are you, buddy? And Papa John. You can pre-order the 4-car set. The ones that are going, I think it was from Graz into Italy. They are going to be expanding the network with them. There is a 4-car sets coming out. And the only one I've got to get, I can't think of the class of it at the moment, but there is another one that I want to get, which I'm going to grab when I'm over in Germany. So that means I've got all the Austrian or OBB's regional trains as well, because I do have local services here. Then I've got the modern version of it's semi-express, where they also use it for the inner city express, the orange cars there, where they don't use the railjet. I've actually got quite some more second class carriages and another first class. I need to get a couple more second class, because I actually found in one of those videos from Rail Relaxation, you guys got to go and check his channel out. Where OBB, I think they're going to Salzburg or up that way somewhere, and they're using 2 Tauruses at each end and a push-pull configuration, using it as a regional service. And I reckon that's going to go good on my way out. Brought transit limits, and that was probably. Well, yeah. Well, hopefully you enjoy it, Nathan. So anyway, what my setup looks like, just excuse the shaky cam. I haven't really done anything in here since before New Year, and I've spent another day. So this is my control panel here, or my dispatch here. I've got the 2 screens. This here is the actual track diagram of the layout here. And then over here, I've actually got my dispatch with all my schedules on the side there. Then I've got all my train controls down on the side here that actually, I can have all my trains that are actually going to be operated on display.
Hi, Munsville.
And g'day, Munsville, how are you? And this is the engine of the trains where I can actually select, where I can select which trains I want to put on the layout. And in the back, hang on, you'll see my monitor at the back there, because that's where I'm going to be sitting sometimes.
Just don't ask why Artie has mirrors in that bedroom.
Oh yeah. Yeah, but you guys had mirrors too in the main bedroom too.
Oh yeah.
I heard that you guys enjoyed it.
Oh yeah.
That's a touch screen monitor over there. I just got to readjust how I got the cables underneath, which I haven't done yet. That's going to get done when I get back from my trip.
It was just the mirrors and
And
the cameras in the shower we found a little off-putting.
the cameras in the shower.
Yeah, yeah. And the
Yeah,
mirrors.
I didn't put those in there. Those were Pixie's cameras.
Pixie was a perv. Yeah.
Oh yeah, she was, because she used to jump up on top of the water heater and watch what people were doing in the bathroom. It wasn't me;
Well,
it was the rabbit.
she also seemed to enjoy it whenever you were drying clothes or washing, because she'd jump on top of the washer and the dryer and just sit there with a big smile on her face. Make it an unbalanced load, please.
Well, we don't know. I mean, that was a female thing. So I'll get some trains going while we have a chat. Let me put the camera back to where it was. I've made a little harness. When I put that other monitor in, where I can actually add another 2 cameras in the main section here behind me. And I will work out where I'm going to put them later on. So I've still got work to do on it, but with everything that's been going on, and I really haven't had the mojo to get there or get to do anything. I was slow to start getting it back, and now I'm going overseas. Okay, so I'll get the rail jet to go as one. Let me find a schedule for it. Okay.
Oh wait, according to the computer, it's on scheduled maintenance and won't run today.
Oh, don't you start on that. Oh, God. Okay, so the rail jet, I can get it to go out. What else can I have?
Hello again. Hi, Mons.
There we
Yeah, you just want
go.
to avoid going to the ultimate level of reality with that program, Marty, because I hear automatically programs crashes every now and then too, just to add the full realism.
Well, I'm actually now using a separate computer system, so let's see what happens. So I'm going to get the local passenger,
Oh no, you're not using that new train controller HAL 9000, are you? I'm sorry.
no, the
I can't
10,000.
do that.
Yeah. So I'll have another one depart, and what else
Dave,
can
what
I
are you
have?
doing, Dave? I'm controlling that train, Dave. I'm sorry, I can't let you change lanes, Dave.
Hang on. All right. Well, that's 2. Let's go and do. Okay, I'll do the intercity on platform 3. So this will give us 3 trains. I think PK, how are you? I think I'm gonna have to get
Hey,
headphones so I
Bob,
can hear.
welcome.
All
right, good night, Floyd.
Okay, Floyd, good night. Oh, bloody hell, hang on. I don't know these. Okay, is everybody awake now? Quiet mode.
Apparently, that train has a dentist on board. Okay.
Oh, something didn't sound too good. All right. So we got everything up and running. Now, as you guys know, what's the road kit doing up in that track? Okay, is everything? Are you supposed to be there? Yeah, you are. All right. Now there goes the inner city one. It's going out, so that's 3 trains running. I'm not going to push my luck. I just leave the 3 to go for now. All right, now
So welcome to Audie's channel. It is Austria today. Austria.
yeah,
As if we're Austrian, we have to trill our R's.
yeah, Austria. Austria, it's with it. Austria is an abbreviated word for Australia.
Wait. Well, hang on. Wow, Artie.
Oh yeah.
Your hills are alive with the sound of music.
Damn you, where are you? That's not supposed to happen. All right.
That's how the Australians are, man. They confuse Austria and Australia too easily. Artie wanted to get some trains for his homeland and bought a bunch of Austrian trains because he missed the extra A and L.
Yeah, well, hang on. I better go and put some headphones on. Hang on. Give me a sec.
But this is a long time coming, ladies and gentlemen. It has been months, and I do mean months, since we have had trains running in Artie's train room. Some of you, this is your first time seeing Artie's work in progress, his layout, which has been in the process of being remodeled for the last year or so. Last couple of years. I've lost track of time.
Okay, can everybody hear me okay?
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
I can. Can you
I can hear you. Yes, you're audible.
Okay, cool. Okay, so it's been a work in progress, as you guys in easy to do. Yeah, it's been a work in progress. I mean, I was hoping to do a bit more on this year, but because of the evilness that has come into my life that I had to deal with, one, it killed all the mojo and the motivation that I had to do anything. And I'm slowly getting back into it. I'm hoping to get a lot of things done by Christmas. There's a few little tiny adjustments I still got to do on the main section, which is up here behind me. Actually, this is the first time I've actually been in here since New Year. So I've given the track a bit of a clean. I end up ordering that rail cleaner that Anthony's got from Lux. Well, it's called a Lux track cleaner. I actually found it works a lot better than the Atlas version, particularly one that's got the spin. Yep, that's the one. Mine's a little bit different. G'day, SF Renton. How are you in New Zealand? Hopefully you're well. But I actually found that one actually works a lot better than the Atlas one. The vacuum cleaner, it's about the same. It's got little brushes on the bottom. Well, I have got, if you have a look here behind me, above my head, that's all continuous running. On my left here, on the top level, I've got, which is going to be my passenger station. And then on the bottom here, which you cannot see, Let me see if I can get the camera. This bit here is engine facility. That was the first lot that I did. And where am I here? Okay, we got a bottleneck in here, so for some reason, I don't know why. Somebody's gone somewhere where he wasn't supposed to go.
Somebody probably shot the Archduke. You know those Austrians.
Yeah. Apparently, I was told they're a sneaky bunch.
Well, actually, it was the Serbians who shot the Austrian Archduke, but you know.
Yeah, but as my dad was saying, there was also a conflict down in Bosnia and Croatia with the Austrians too. He's not very happy.
They shot the Archduke Franz Ferdinand, and he then moved to Scotland and became a 90s progressive indie rock band from Franz Ferdinand.
Yeah, that's why my dad is not very pleased with me, because I bought Austrian trains. Yeah. So, okay. So you don't want to play ball. Okay.
Hungarians don't carry grudges, do they?
Well, my dad's actually, or my stepdad, he's actually a Bosnian Croat, and literally he's born on the bridge. It was literally born on the border. But I mentioned it to him, about what's been going on, and he's like, "Oh yeah," he's brought up an old 500-600-year-old war up again. I'm like, yeah, okay, that was there. We've gone on with the time. So we are. Hang on, let me get this train out of the way from here. Oh, we've got two mouses. Because Austria and Hungary, but particularly Austria, has been helping with the infrastructure in the former Yugoslavian states, the Croatia and Serbia and whatnot, and Bosnia. Well, they were offered, but they said no, which is a shame. Hang on, let me just get this train out the way from here. I think you're the one that's causing the trouble. Okay. Different track gauges. Are you similar to that at all? I was thinking about doing that, BK, on this layout, but I don't have much room left. Particularly on the main section here, I was thinking about doing it, but it's just going to be too much of it's just going to be a big cluster. Oh, I know what's gone wrong. Oh yeah. You've gone past your stop mark. Now the Austrians don't know when to stop. Oop, now I do run the train. Oh. Well, no. Stop, wait. Okay, now you can go. Okay. Oh, man.
I shouldn't have laughed, but I did.
Well, at least that one there, it can't run away down the hill. I assume you were baking. Yeah.
No, but the Australian is going to tell us how to run our trains.
I was in Bosnia when before and during the fighting there, southwest. I have not been back there, and I do intend to go down into Bosnia, more to the central and western side of it where my uncle was. I do intend to go over there, visit, and see basically what's left. I done a quick look on Google Earth, and I don't think getting up to the cemetery is going to be a bit of an issue by the looks of it. But we'll sort it out. Yeah, well, I was actually thinking about doing it because there's with the dual gauge, but it's hard to get it here now. Where I can't think of the name of the town city. In Austria, they've actually changed gauges from your standard gauge to a narrow gauge track, and it goes through the mountains and it re-meets again. One part of it, one of the lines meets up with the standard gauge again, but the other one doesn't. And just to be able to get a dual gauge track for the station scene is a bit hard to get. So, and I don't have much room left. I've got on the layout itself. Let me just move the camera. If you see on the layout itself, just up in here, there's actually square holes where I can which are access points, where I can actually get up in the middle and work on a layout if I need to. G'day, Southern Cross Rail. How are you?
Hey, Dirk.
How are you, Dirk? It just made it easy for me to access the track work. If I close it all up with more track, I'm not going to be able to fit up in there, particularly down the far end. The far end's already a bit of a problem because I readjusted the track work before Christmas. The which line was it? The line here where my hand is here, that used to be a single track, and I turned it into a double track. I turned it into double track, so the trains would not sit up here at the station for a long period of time. I've got a bit more of a constant, continuous run of trains. Let me try to get rid of this other one out of here. Damn it. Something is not right. Damn that rail jet.
Hey, JD, welcome in.
G'day, JD. How are you, buddy? Hope you're well. Let me get that commuter. I want to get that commuter train out of the way. Yeah, I've got to learn how to do it now. It's the first time that I've actually got this layout running with the new computer system. Put that there. So it's going to be a live test, I suppose, to see if it messes up. So you guys, if there's going to be a big mess up or an accident or derailment or whatnot, everyone's going to see it live. So I'm sending... Now, the station structures, I still haven't decided. John Benicki, how are you? I haven't decided on how I'm going to do the station building or the structures on the station yet. I've got a rough idea how I'm going to do this one here. It's going to be close to Vienna's terminus station, not the new big one where they got the run through with or the through run platforms. It's going to be more the the terminus one, the end of the line sort of setup.
Just to update some of the newbies that maybe weren't here when you used to run, Artie has Australian trains, he has American trains, and recently he has been influenced by the crazy people on YouTube to get some European trains.
Yeah, we won't mention any names. There's one person in particular.
Yeah, I don't want to mention that asshole's name.
No. So now I've actually got the three main areas, and the only one I don't have yet is UK.
For good reason. 00 is just
too big. They're too fat.
Too big.
Yeah, well, a little bit obese, should I say? Yeah, I have a bit of. You're right, John Manicki. I have a bit of everything. I have got, in the recent weeks or this last month, I have acquired some new Australian trains. They will be packed away until I return. I'm going to keep that as a surprise. I can say this much. I've got 2 engines for my Indian Pacific set. Hold your tongue. I am. Look, if you don't mention their names, Monty, you know how it is. They always dob themselves in.
I think Monzo might be defending the 00.
Yeah, probably.
It's too big, said no one ever.
I mean, I do have one engine and one or 2 carriages in British, but they're not DCC yet, so they won't run on here. I've gone into Austria because Austria, the reason I went to Austrian trains, I like they're very close to the region. I always liked Austria itself, but when I was looking at which part of the model, they got a good range. Plus, I like my railjet, which I will get back eventually. G'day, Steve PSAP, which I will get back somehow. So I'll be able to run 2 railjets on here. But a lot of the engines, particular, it's actually on the front of the regional one here. They've got engines that are basically the ones that used to run in Serbia and Croatia or former Yugoslavia. So I bought them and I thought, well, I might as well go Austrian. Look, Southern Cross, I've seen some.
You not be said, once you go Austrian, you never go back.
Yeah. And Austria is pretty close to basically where all my, kinfolk are from. And a lot of them do travel through there quite regularly. So it's quite really appropriate. But when I look at it now, look, Austria is basically a short name of Australia. Willow Creek, g'day, how are you? So a lot of this, we always talk about, prototypical running and scenery and whatnot. And but a lot of us also, like Anthony and some others, use our imagination. What's in our minds. And
oh, no. You never want to use what's in my mind.
Yeah, we know. Yeah.
No, you don't.
Oh man, I still like to know how your shorts got up in the Blue Mountains. I've got to do that video next couple of days and post it because I don't know how.
It's a story.
It's a mysterious story, but we'll get to the bottom of it eventually.
Will never be told in full.
Mm.
My swimming trunks are seeing more of Australia in the ocean than I am.
Yeah, well, you left it at the ocean. You left it down the beach, but they ended up in the Blue Mountains.
Okay. Like I said, they're
Yeah.
seeing more of Australia than I am.
Yeah, well, I think I might have worked out a plot, your plot on how you got it up there, because they weren't they were found not far from. You remember when we were going to, we were up in Mount Victoria, and we stopped so Joyce can get a photo. You didn't, you weren't feeling too well.
Nope.
Yeah, well, probably about 1 kilometre or two further down the line from there, down the road from there, is where your shorts were found.
I see.
Oh, they got some bit. Oh, so I'll feel at home there, Southwest. That'd be
Can you
good.
verify this because they had my name in them?
I wasn't going to touch them. They were guarded by Skippy and his girls.
Oh, right. Skippy, right. You're that imaginary friend of your Skippy. Right.
Oh, yeah, he saw me coming. He just
Ran away.
Yeah, he knew I had the camera. He didn't want any incriminating photos.
Artie, remember, they just let you out. Don't say stuff that gets you back in.
Yeah, I know. I got another bag of Coke out here that I've got to get rid of. I've got to get rid of that before I go. Otherwise, they'll be waiting for me in handcuffs when I get back. Yeah. All right. All right. Give me. Have another one here.
You need a boxcar.
So I've got a good collection of the Austrian trains now. My Australian collection, one of the trains that I have got, and I've been basically modelling its efforts, the prototype from 1970 to the mid 80s is in the Pacific. I managed to I've got two blocky areas there, Southern Cross. I've got 246 class electric engines to go with it. No, I'm hoping not to get locked up again. I've got 246 classes in the maroon color, which was the original color scheme that pulled the Indian Pacific from Sydney up to the Blue Mountains. And then they switched engines. They got a pair of 44 class that took it to the border. 46 for the win. Now, I have actually acquired some diesel engines, the CLPs, that ran from Sydney all the way to Perth in the last days before they actually changed over to the new NR class diesels that they're using today. Yeah, so I've got basically all the engines for the Pacific set and the GAN set. I don't think I'll be running. They won't really be running on this layout because they don't like the curves on here too much. But they're set for the next layout. There are some local passengers that I did get, passenger trains that I did get. I will get them out in due course. I might change them over towards Christmas time. No, I am not getting the overland set. G'day, Eric. How are you? The problem that I have actually got, and Anthony's seen my problem. I'm running out where to store.
Wait, time out. You're using singular. You said problem. I've seen your problems.
Yeah, okay. You had to give it away to everybody, didn't you? Good on you.
Of
Thanks,
course.
buddy. Yeah.
Tough love. Tough love.
Oh, of course, but
Although the guy in
I
the prison said you liked it tough. No, I'm sorry. That part I wasn't supposed to give away.
jeez, you know, guys, yeah, it's good to have good friends at times, but
Oh, somebody wants to start a fight.
benefits of DC. Well,
BCC.
DCC. Well, as you can see here at the moment, the electronics is a lot more easier to set up to do multiple running like what I have here. DC, yes, you got benefits in that too. And basically DC is the old school. It can be worked and whatnot. Everyone's got their own preference. With me, the way my system is running now, actually, I've got two trains running in the same direction. Let me try to get another one going in the opposite direction. You'll see that.
Wait, isn't that sort of like crossing your streams in Ghostbusters, and it creates a vortex that opens a portal to hell?
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah.
Good morning, Chris, or very late evening to you, which is early morning to you.
G'day, Chris. How are you? Yeah, well, I was just looking at the. I was just looking at what time it's going to
benefits of BCC or digital. Well, it's comfortable. Sometimes you don't even notice you have it on, and it gives you more confidence. People notice.
No, that's not the one I want. That's not the one I want. Let's see. Yeah, that's not what I want either.
But you know, it's. I think it's always a silly debate or argument that people have when they have strong opinions one way or the other. I am happy to be digital. I think if I were analog, I wouldn't enjoy my trains as much as I do. It would be much harder for me to do what I do. And one of the things I like about digital is the advanced effects that my trains have, and I can just I set it on the track. And like an analog, an analog train, you put it on a track and it's ready to go. Well, with my digital system, I put my train on the track and it's ready to go. But it's whatever you're happy with. If you're not happy, then you're doing it wrong.
I'm actually enjoying it. I mean, I always enjoyed my electronics. So I'm actually really. This is a family show. Yeah.
That family is the Manson family. Yes.
Yeah.
No, that's the thing, Randall. You could step away from this show for months and not miss anything.
But I mean, now I've actually just had a freight train that departed from the bottom, and you see, I can actually sit back, watch can have the show going, and having three trains running, two in one direction, and soon you will see the freight train going in the opposite direction. And the way everything is set up now on my layout, everything will stop and start automatically and release the blocks, just like they would do on a real system, just as they would on the real railroad or railways or what.
Even in digital, you bring up a point there, Artie. Even in digital, it's something in human nature. We like to divide ourselves into them and us, no matter what it is. And there's always new tech comes in, and some people love the new tech because it's the new tech, and everybody else is old school, and other people don't like the changes and they want things to stay the way they were. It's, and at least in hobbies, there's room for everybody. But even in the digital world, I take some crap from people that go, you got this big layout, you've got all these trains running, but it's not automated. Why aren't you using JMRI or train controller and having your trains where they'll stop at the station automatically? Because I don't need that. I don't want that. I like to turn everything on myself here and just let it go. And I will sit back here. And is it prototypical? No, but I'm not a prototypical model train person. That's one of the reasons I have been and will always be the outsider. It's not just I'm an American running 3 rail trains that are European. It's my attitude.
Yeah. Southern Cross. Have a good night. Well, that's right, Eric, because you don't want that. Well, you don't want it, you don't have to put it on. When I do return, I'm going to do a few videos because I've got another DCC unit here. Because a lot of people won't go to DCC because they think it's too complex, particularly when they see this type of setup. Yep. You don't have to make it this complicated. You can make it as simple as just 2 wires and it goes. DC as well, 2 wires and it goes. Okay, you got to work a bit more on DC.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with it. You've actually got more hands-on experience.
When you get right down to it, DC, and again, everybody says DC and DCC, and really what you really mean is analog versus digital. But DC, analog, 2 wires and and you're ready to go on a loop of track.
Yeah.
Digital, 2 wires, and you're ready to go on a whole bunch of tracks. But otherwise, it's when somebody says, should I go digital or should I go analog? Should I go DC or DCC? The first thing I'll say is, what's your budget? And what do you want to do?
Exactly. Yeah.
Because most things you do in digital, you can do in analog, but digital makes it easier in some cases. But it also makes a potential for complexity. But in the end, it's what's your budget? I would rather be digital than analog because analog it would take a lot more work to do what I do on my table now in analog than it does in digital.
Well, exactly right. I mean, look, what I have done here, I mean, yes, I have blocks in that, and I can somehow convert it over with switching where I can run DC on it as well.
Hey, there's Les.
Les, yeah. Like my bottom level where the freight center, the LOCO facility, I never done the panels. I don't think I will make the panels now because I don't know. I'll be only here for about a year or so. But
that's
the
true.
The wiring that's set up on the bottom layer, I will be able to put toggle switches where I can isolate the tracks, which you do with DC. I made it in such a way that bit there won't be so hard to convert over, so to speak. It won't be so hard to convert to DC. But it's everybody's preference. Have a look at. There's some people in the community that's got more DC than DCC stuff. Like perfect example, Ray Bobel. His collection is 98% or 95% DC. It's not feasible for him to go to DCC. Because it's going to cost him a big fortune, not so much to convert it over, but to convert his engines into DCC. So for him, here we got the freight train coming now. It's going to come over my head here. And yeah, Minesville too, for example. Minesville, you got a whole heap of DC stuff.
Yeah, it
It
would
will cost
be.
you. It will cost you a fortune, particularly the way Dakotas are now. If you want sound, yeah, it gets more expensive. But you have a look, an average good non-sound decoder in Australian dollars is $40, $50 a decoder. And if you have a lot of trains, like most of us have a lot of trains from our collections from our childhood days, that all adds up and gets very, very expensive. Um, yes, I have got a lot of DCC stuff now, but I didn't buy them overnight. Um, I've been getting since I got a DCC controller, which I think I bought it. I think I bought this NCE one in, let me see, 2006 or 7. Ran about that time when I bought it, and I still got the controller. So I didn't buy all this all at once. It's
Yeah, you should see the TV that came with.
the TV.
Never mind.
Yeah, it's in the bedroom. I found this different channel in it. It's quite an interesting channel. It leaves geographical channel for dead.
Right, gotcha. All right,
Yeah,
Randall says the thing that makes DCC great is it simplifies the wiring of the layout. You don't have to wire individual blocks like you would for DC. Yeah, you don't have to put as many drop wires to a bus wire as you would. But of course, if you're going to do block detection and run that in the system, then you're right back to doing that.
yeah, and that's where I can do that on my layout because I've got block detection. Yeah, the reason why these are going the way they are, they've got individual blocks.
Now, I want to get to this comment by Chris because this is a very typical of Chris, a very intriguing and interesting comment. To get the full effect of DCC, you can only buy a quarter of the locos you could otherwise get to get the full benefit. I don't know if that's a comment on cost or expense or what, or if there's something else that you mean by that, Chris.
Yeah, that's.
I mean, I definitely, if I were analog, I could have 5 times as many trains as I have.
Yeah. Some of the locomotives.
But the expense is a key. It is more expensive to have digital, but also digital or coming the Bluetooth wave and so forth. Hornby's already done and so forth. Is the wave of the future. You're going to see less and less analog made and more digital or whatever replaces digital. There may come a time, probably not, maybe sometime in the next 10, 15 years where all of a sudden digital is kind of out and there's some new tech that we're just beginning to see take over. But there'll always be an analog market there because a lot of young guys are, because they want to do trains, but digital's expensive. So they start with the stuff they can pick up on eBay or at the shop that is analog. And but yeah, it's whatever works within your budget and your interest and what you want to do.
Yeah.
I'm a bells and whistles guy. When I buy a computer, I want it to be able to do all the most advanced stuff available. But like cars, like computers, the minute you buy it, it's obsolete because something new is coming 2-3 months down the road.
Okay, Eric, you look after yourself, buddy. We're thinking of you.
Good night, Eric. And Monsville said, where's Monsville's comment? Who has a huge collection of Triang, Hornby, and so forth, DC models. Beautiful, cool layouts, 6 of them now. One is TT, and 1 is N, and 4 are 00. Did I get that right, Mon? Hey, man, did I get that right?
um,
Or maybe we'll hit the dark ages when AI destroys the world, and we'll have to go back to solar-powered model trains and battery-powered model trains.
well, I think.
Or as my grandson plays with the most, hand-powered model trains.
Well, you see, I prefer to a large degree still to be able to run things on hardwire than to rely on, say, mobile phones and wireless, because things go wrong, you get interference, and when you look at some of the trains that we have, particularly these European models here in Australia, to get them here, they're expensive. So everything that I've got here is hardwired in. I do
Yeah,
not.
I know what you're talking about. I was using my wireless controller and trying to slow down a train and open my garage door in New California at the same time. It was horrible. You're right. Signals get crossed.
Yeah, well, that's right, PK. I mean, we have a couple of manufacturers here. They give you the option to buy the DC and the DCC version. Not everybody can afford the DCC sound version. So they'll buy the DC, and when they can afford the chip, the sound chip, they'll put it in. But there's
Okay.
even in Australia, there's still a lot of DC modelers here.
Right. Oh yeah, it's still popular. It is
Yeah.
still popular, but digital is growing. And if you go to continental Europe, I would say it's split 50-50 between digital and analog, but the companies are making a lot more digital. And like Merklin makes very little analog. It's 98% digital they make through tricks. Their DC, their two rail version, I should say, the tricks version, they release a little bit more that's analog. And then very rarely, Merklin will release something through their Primex name, which is analog. It'll be analog that way under their Primex name. But yeah, it's definitely, I think DC loses a little bit of ground each year, and like I say, in central Germany, it is still predominantly digital now. You got a lot of old timers that like the old analog stuff, but digital, like I said, Merklin, Roco, and Pico do make some analog, but there's a lot of models they make that are only released in digital, which makes some DC guys grumble, like, I want that in DC, and they're like, but digital is where we're going.
Yeah. Look, there are some stuff that I bought that I missed out on the DCC models, particularly that yellow engine. Okay, that yellow engine that you see running around, that was the first modern European one that I bought. It was a DC model. I ended up putting a DCC chip in it, but it's only a basic one. It doesn't do sound. I have got the DCC sound. Well, that's it, Bonzo. Not everybody can afford them. There are a lot. They're actually getting expensive. Even the
That's
second
right.
hand
They
ones.
are expensive. Yes, that's why I always say the first thing I'd ask somebody that says, "Should I go DC or DCC?" I'll say, "What's your budget?"
Exactly. I was able to. I mean, I didn't buy all these overnight. So here comes the yellow one now. It was DC when I bought it. That was actually the thing that really got me into Europeans. This one that's just gone past now, and of course Anthony. Then when I spied Anthony's got my stolen my missing, not one say stolen because it's not stolen, my missing rail jet. That inspired me. Nah, I might as well go and do it. I mean, I like my European trains. I've got the opportunity here. I mean, we all know that Anthony's got his buddy over there in California that converts him to 3-rail.
Not
And
anymore.
after reading
He's kind of left the business, sadly.
Oh, has he?
Yeah.
It's becoming a challenging business. I was talking to one of the guys I normally go to up in Sydney, Joe up at Sheila Hobbies. It's becoming challenging times for them. They're still selling models. But see, he caters for everybody. He's the type of person that caters for ready-to-run models, both DC and DCC. But he also caters for people that like doing kits and fine detailing themselves. Because a lot of people, including myself, get a satisfaction of making a building and customizing a model to the way we want it or the way I want it. Who's the one that likes doing kit bashing and customizing? Split Rock, for example, amongst our community. I mean, he's kit bashed a few of his engines, repainted them. You know, it's what anyone decides. I like my European trains. It brings me back to my childhood. Okay, I'm running a bit more modern era. I just like them. I've got the opportunity. I've got what I want. But the most disappointing appointment that I have at this point in time with the hobby, with this collection, because I'm just about finished with the collection. I'm not buying any. The only thing I pretty much got all my modern stuff. I did get the TGV that runs out of Zurich, I think it is. The silver and blue one. Now, the retailer I purchased from in the US had the power unit and intermediate set. So I bought it from him. He's only sent me the intermediate set. He didn't send me the power unit. So that's useless.
Mm-hmm.
And the other one that I got was, which is an Austrian train, is the Night Jet. I've got the engine to go with it. 2 engines, in fact. Now, he did say he had the Night Jet set. So I went and bought it. The Night Jet set didn't come, so that's disappointing. With those two coming out, we would have got basically 98% of what I wanted out of the European fleet. The only thing I want from the European now is my 52 class steam engine, the one that I actually was on the footplate on when I was 10 years old. And I will be going there in that area.
Yeah, and it's not hard. It really isn't hard to do both, where you can set up a system to be 3-rail, or I'm sorry, not 3-rail, but DC and DCC. You just little switch and how you arrange a couple of things, but it's really not that complicated. Just an extra wire or two and a little toggle switch to switch between DC and DCC.
I managed to do that on my big.
You can have the best of both worlds.
Yeah, you can do it. You can do it. I'd gone this way because it's quicker and easier to do it in DCC than do it in DC. That's why I've gone this way. But the big layout that I had for show, I had like the old TV dial sort of a switch. So I can actually flick it over to do the inner or the outside line to be either DC or DCC, or I could have them both running on DC. You know, I had the option. The way I split it up, I split it up in such a way that it can be done. Hello, Joyce. How are you? But yeah, now I was just looking at the time. Well, we'll just destroy away
Oh,
now.
do you need help with the time again, Artie? Oh my gosh. Come on. I keep trying to tell you to get a digital clock so you can tell the time.
Come on, I come from Berkeley, you know, we're pretty intelligent here. We know how to tell the time by
When
the
the
sun.
big hand's on the 12, you just look at what number the little hand.
No, we just look at the sun, but I can't see the sun at the moment. Okay. Now I've got the upcoming trip coming up. Funny way of saying I'm being deported.
No, being deported is a funny way to say you've got an upcoming trip.
Yeah.
You understand the angle of comedy.
Yeah. So I was just looking at the time. It's for me to stream from where I'm going to be near the Hungarian border. I'm going to be just north of the. Okay, Valley. Take care, bud. Have a good night.
Good night, Chris.
We're seeing Hot Dog Andy's show. It's 12 o'clock summer. Yes, it is. I was just looking at before I start the stream. It's going to be 2 o'clock in Belgrade. Belgrade or even Budapest. That's going to be the. I'm going to be actually in between those two cities. G'day, Cowboy Steve. How are you, buddy? So I don't
I'm
know.
not already while you're in Europe at the same time Joyce and I are in Europe. I'm not filling in on your live stream. Sorry.
Oh, come on, mate. It's only 2 o'clock.
You'll have to do it earlier in the day. Call it Wacky Weekend Early Edition or something, and do it.
Yeah. That's what I was looking at doing. I mean, I've only got a small handful of Aussies here. I've got Bondsville here. I've got Les in here. The Kiwis can adjust. I mean, they are a bit later anyway, so the Kiwis would be all right. Because my stream, if I did it at my normal time, it's going to be 2 o'clock in the morning over there.
Yeah, I'm not.
So, yeah, that's going to be, and I'm staying at my cousin's place, and I really don't want to. How would I say?
Yeah, and that's where your router is 3 goats running around a circle to, tethered to a pole to get your signal.
No, well, they've upgraded from goats. They've gone to sheep.
Ah, gotcha. Oh, then you'll feel right at home.
Okay, exactly, yeah. They've gone to sheep and cows.
In fact, when you're there, the sheep might move faster. Give them better internet.
I don't know. They seem to be all right.
Matt,
yeah. I'm actually looking
are
forward
you my daddy?
Definitely not. Because I haven't been there for a while. Now, there are going to be some things that I will be. I'm going to have to work out how I'm going to do the time thing. So just keep an eye out, because I may pop up and do some lives just out of the ordinary time. I am going to try to get down to the church ruins, which is just on the outskirts of town, and that is nearly over 900 years old. I am going to try to find the bricks and whatnot that's got the engravings from back then, because they have been dated. Hopefully they're still there and haven't been destroyed by those inconsiderate tourists. The sheep are liars, exactly. Oh no. 4
legs good, 2 legs bad. 4 legs good, 2 legs bad.
I'm going to try to get the shots of the town that I'm staying at. Well, most of the time would be Northern Betche, which mum and dad's, mum and granddad's hometown.
Artie, why did you leave Mom and I?
Don't listen to Kendra. Kendra is lying. We all know Kendra knows how to lie. Look at all the men that she actually blackmailed over here. Yeah. Yeah, I would be looking. Excuse me. So I'd like to get a shot to the station I'm sitting now. It's got a few passing loops and whatnot, and then goes in a single track. There is an old quarry. I don't know if they've still got the mini narrow gauge running through that. If they do, that would be an interesting one to share with people. Last time I saw that track work, it was rough because they used to bring the clay up from the quarry. Because next to the station, you've got the brickworks, the tile factory, where they do ceramic tiles for inside the house, bricks, and roof tiling. And certainly behind the times. Well, look, there's nothing wrong with being behind the times there, might as well. If I'd probably, I don't know. I'm happy the way I went. But as I said, I like my electronics. And then eventually I'm going to be going, well, I will be going up into the Austrian Alps towards the end of July. But also we'll be going through Bosnia and Croatia. Couple of my favourite spots will be down at Rijeka, which is that's in Croatia, that's on the seaboard of the Adriatic Sea. It's right near the border of Italy. Now, one thing, and that's where I inspired some of my mountain climbing, particularly here. The line used to spiral going up the mountain. You used to be able to see it about 3-4 times before it went over the top of the pass. But a lot of that's changed. But as I see on Google Earth, a lot of that's changed. A lot of parts where there used to be the railway line is now part of the international freeway system. Well, we have a club like that here too, Monster, and I'll tell you what, a lot of that, and we got a lot of the old drawings and blueprints that's more accurate than what you'll find online. Because a lot of that stuff came from the old rail workshops. In Bosnia, I do intend to also go up and have a look at the old 52 class steam engines. I think I shared it a couple of times here on the stream. They're the oldest working steam engines in the world. They were actually were intended to be only used during World War II by Germany, but here they are still running. What they were running is last information I had got, which was 6 months ago. So
they rebuild them to last, damn it.
Yeah. So I am going to be I am going to be looking at a lot of trains. In Austria, I will be spending a fair bit of time near Innsbruck, which is close to the Alps. There is.
Spent some time in Innsbruck, beautiful town.
Oh yeah, it is. I've seen by the photos, but the lower section that I've got down the bottom here and whatnot, there is. I've noticed in rail relaxations video, there's a space down there that's giving me ideas on how to do the scenery. This is a freaky thing, which I was going to say early in the stream. Yeah, your imagination is actually a copy of somewhere in the world. Yes, Monsville, that one. Yeah, that's the one I'm going to. Those are the ones I'm going to look up, and I'm hoping Dad, because I went to Mum and Dad's place the other day, and I'm hoping that Dad will find a photo of me being on that steam engine. I would like to get the number of it, and I want to see if she still exists, because that engine used to be a banking engine to push the express passenger trains and freight trains over the pass. But in Innsbruck, I have noticed through rail relaxations videos also, you've got a high-speed line that goes down the bottom that comes from Salzburg.
Salzburg
But
or Vienna both go to Innsbruck, and from Innsbruck they'll go on to Switzerland, or they'll curve down to Brenz and go into.
yeah, but the way he showed it, it's actually two different lines, right? You got the other line that actually goes up over the mountain.
Yeah,
You
because
know,
one will go into Italy, the other one will go across to Switzerland.
yeah, and you can actually see if you're on the low line, you can actually see the mountain climb. You know, and you can see the big rock, the snow, we call them snow sheds, which is an open tunnel basically on the side of the cliff. But when you're up there, you can actually look down.
Because when we went to Innsbruck, we came from Mittenwald, and they can only run regional slower trains into Innsbruck that way. But if you're coming from Vienna, and I think Salzburg, if you're coming that way, then you can take the high-speed trains in. Then there's a high-speed line that goes across into Switzerland that way.
See
And
him on Phil.
the other one that heads off to Italy.
Yeah, well, that's what they were showing, and that's what he was showing.
Good night, Mom.
Yeah, good night, good night, buddy.
Leave that well, folks.
Yeah, getting tongue tied.
Leave
I'm almost out of fluid here. And coffee, that is.
Right, coffee.
Coffee, yeah, coffee. Okay, well, look, Steve, if you got me on Messenger, just keep in touch. Should be there towards. I should be there sometime in July, but where I'm going to be, I won't be too far from there, so we can. Yeah, I'm going to be in Europe till probably up into August. Probably the first week of August or second week in August, I'll be in Europe, and then shall be returning home after that. I might even go to Thailand on the way home. I don't know yet. Or I might stop in Japan on the way home. I'd really like to have a good look around Japan again, particularly around Tokyo. And
see what happened to that mail order bride. No, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I want to get my money back on that. G'day, Sparky. Did you miss anything? No, not yet, buddy. No. We haven't had any big major dramas here, buddy.
We'll have to rewatch the show for you, Sparky, and let you know what you missed.
Yeah.
Because next week Friday, this coming Friday, will be my last live stream. I won't be missing live streams, but it'll be my last live stream from the train room. And then I will be 2 weeks from last night. I'll be live streaming from Koblenz on Friday, which is our first full day in Germany. We leave Wednesday, arrive Thursday morning. And then we just got notified yesterday that our train, it's leaving at the same time, but it's going to take an extra 20 minutes to get to our destination. They've changed routes. Because this is what sucks, is that you buy your ticket. You have to buy your tickets early for Deutsche Bahn. You have to buy for the high-speed trains. You got to buy them early. And then middle of May to June 1st, they change all the routes. So you buy a ticket, and then about a third of the time they say, well, the ticket you bought has now been changed.
Actually, I'm thinking, because my biggest issue at the moment. Good night, Bob. My biggest issue at the moment, because I will be in Germany. I'll be in a few parts of Germany. We might end up meeting up in Hamburg.
We might. I thought this was already etched in stone, dude.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Yeah, it is. We're meeting up in Hamburg. I'm going to be there before you, so it can make you look like you're the one stalking me.
Right. You planned that out. We planned our trip first so you could plan yours out. Then make it look like we're following you. But yeah, we're not going to buy. You're going south and you go north.
Hang on. I've been planning my trip for the last 3 years.
Well, Right.
Yep. Yeah.
And yet you waited till we planned ours before you planned yours, so you could go to Hamburg a couple of days before us to claim we were following you.
Exactly. You know, I've got to do it right. I've
Oh
got to
yeah,
do it right. You
and
know.
we're gonna take you down because you will never forget. We're gonna introduce you to the greatest meal in Germany, known as Schnitzel Schweizerhaft.
Oh, what are you stopping?
In
You make me
Delmenhorst at
hungry.
the Grafberg. Delmenhorst at the Grafberg. Schnitzel Schweizerhaft. Oh, I can't believe I'm gonna be having that in about 3 weeks.
Cowboy Steve, well, that's one of the reasons why I'm going actually through Japan. I'm actually going to be flying on Lufthansa's new 747-800, which I really want to go on because I've been through on all the others. At least I can tick that one off the list while I can still have the opportunity.
2 batter dipped veal patties with some Gouda cheese or Gouda, as we say in English, Gouda cheese on it, then hollandaise sauce on that, and then tomato sauce on top of that. It is to kill for.
Well, I tell you what, you make me hungry, but one thing I am craving for at the moment is going back to my mum's hometown. The chuape that they make there at home, you know, they have it's not quite bread, it's almost like it's like a sourdough sort of bread. And you have the chuap inside, and then just the juice is coming out of it. And then you got the burek. What kind of plane are you? Well, okay, I'm flying out of Sydney on the Dreamliner with all ANA or All Nippon. Carrier used to fly with two when I used to have to deadhead into Osaka. They got the Dreamliner from Tokyo. I'm going with a 747-800. Okay, 8 then, Steve. Sorry. Shoot me. The 8 then. Yeah, okay, 8. But I still call it 800 because you had the 400. I missed out on the other series. But yeah, okay, we called it 8. I'm going on that. And then within Europe, I'll be flying in the 320, A320. The 380 I have not been in yet. I may be on the 380 on the way home. From Europe, I'll be going from Europe, probably via Singapore, and then back to Sydney. But, man, I do enjoy my flying. Japan is very nice. I've got a 6-hour layover in Japan on the way over. I'm actually going to be flying into the...
We're on an Airbus 330 both ways.
You know, you don't want my money, Cowboy Steve. I've been saving up for a lot of this. But I have the opportunity to do it, and I'm going to take it. It's not just a holiday that I'm going to over in former Yugoslavia or into Serbia. I'm actually dealing with my granddad's estate, something that my mum has not dealt with for the last 28, 30 years since he passed away. So I'm dealing with that. Once I've finished dealing with that, that's when I'm going to start going sightseeing, apart from Hamburg.
Yes, we're taking Artie to Miniature Wonderland.
Yeah, I've got my
down to North to get the greatest meal in Europe.
Yeah, well, I actually got the ticket where I can
you get to do the virtual reality intensive experience thing. Yeah.
And I don't have, and I got one of those passes Fortunately, it's only I can only go in once and be done. I can't go in and out.
Right.
But
Well,
I don't have to. I got the one where I don't have to be in the queue to go inside, which is good.
right, because the thing is, with that ticket, you can do the main thing and then go to the VR tour, or you can do the VR tour and then go into the main hall, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
But Joyce and I just elected not to do that when we bought our tickets months ago.
Well, you knew where you were standing. You knew your situation. I didn't know my situation.
Right. We debated doing that VR tour thing, and then we just say nah. But the thing about Miniature Wonderland is you have to schedule a time you're going in. You can walk up and buy tickets, but you can have, depending on the day and the time, you can have a 2 to 3 hour wait in line. So they want you to buy your tickets in advance because then you're guaranteed admission at the time you bought your ticket for. So Joyce and I go in the evening. It is Sunday, but they're open 7 days a week till 1 or 2 a.m. So once you're in, you can stay there all day. You can stay there as long as you want.
So I've done that. So after Hamburg, I'm going into Frankfurt. I am going to be seeing a distant relative or cousins from my grandfather's side. I've reached out to them to see how they're doing, and sadly, they're not doing too good. One of the guys, he's got prostate cancer, incurable prostate cancer. So timing sort of like sucks, but in another way, timing is good. I can actually still see him. He was involved with, I think it's doing something like what you are, Steve, where he actually went around the world, in fact. He spent a lot of time near Anthony's place, or just over the border from Anthony in Detroit. He used to deal with a lot of tooling for car manufacturers, like Audi, VW, BMW. He did like Mercedes. Mercedes was a 2-up. The Skoda, and some other brands as well. I can't remember, and countless brands, but the main one he worked with was Audi and VW. Yeah, that's not good, Randall. And he always said, you got to come over, because my other passion apart from trains is planes. And he said, you got to come over here, you got to have a good camera, and take some shots of the planes coming in and out of Frankfurt Airport. So I'm going to take him up on it. And then I'm going to spend a good week with them. My actual cousin itself, she's got cancer too, but it's not terminal. She's going to be getting hysterectomy in July. So I'm really not going to be able to see her from July and August. Yeah, they're not well. But then again, they're getting on with their age too. Then from there, I'm going to Munich. From Munich, I was going to go down to Budapest, and I just see the reason now why I can't get from Budapest to Novi Sad. They're doing track work, aren't they? There's no tracks. The tracks have been ripped up. In between Novi Sad and Budapest, or near the Hungarian border, Serbia is actually putting a new high-speed line to meet up into Budapest itself. That is 270, 280 kilometer an hour double-decker trains, like the Metrodomes they got. You know the Metrodome ones there, Anthony?
Yeah.
That they use something similar to that. I actually like it, Steve. It's long, but I like it. I like the one thing I liked about Detroit, because Anthony took me to Detroit, is you don't have to unpack your bag when you go through security. You leave everything in the bag and just put it in through their X-ray machine. I love that. It made things a lot easier. They need to do that in LA and all these other big major airports over there, and here for that matter. But it looks like I'm only going to go to as far as Vienna, and I'll be flying from Vienna into Belgrade. I'll get to see the Alps again.
Yeah, because I mean, Detroit is our natural airport because we're only 50 miles south of the airport. Actually, we're not even 50 miles south of the airport. We're 40 miles south of the airport.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's actually quite nice. Anthony did take me up into there. So you remember how to get to it now, Anthony? Because I remember we had a bit of a.
Oh well, they were doing construction. They were diverting all the roads around the other way, but we've been back since then. So.
Okay.
I'm in Toledo, Cowboy Steve. I'm in Toledo, Ohio. Saturday nights in Toledo, Ohio.
And then I'll get, as I said, then after
spent a week there one day.
So after Germany, I'm going to go into Europe, and then my trip actually will finish off, I believe, either France or Germany. I have not bought a ticket out of there yet, because I don't know out of which port I'm going to be coming out of. Well, I can afford to buy a ticket from either of the places, but I don't know where I'm coming out. Yeah, but New Zealand isn't as far as Sydney, Australia.
No, yeah, we did that. We did Australia last year. It's hard to believe it was almost a year ago we were in Australia.
You're actually 3 hours, 2.5 to 3 hours closer. The trip is quicker to Auckland, New Zealand than it is to Sydney.
Honolulu.
Yeah, it was a right turn here, Clive. But no, New Zealand is very nice.
I woke up. My pills had put me to sleep on the plane, and I woke up and wow, why are we banking? Are we at Sydney already? And we're starting to go down. I was like, why are we banking? And I looked at the little map monitor that's on the TV screen, and I was like, oh no, it says we're still 2 hours from Honolulu. And I went, wait, what? Honolulu? Did we get on the wrong plane? What? My brain was panicking. And then they finally came out and said, ladies and gentlemen, after we already took the hard bank and started going, and people were going, what the hell is going on? Then they came out and said, ladies and gentlemen, we're having to make an emergency diversion to Honolulu because of a passenger illness. And the passenger walked off the plane. If they're walking off the plane, we didn't need to make the diversion. That's a selfish bastard thing to say, isn't it?
Yeah, well, all they should have done was just fly over the top, open up the door, push him out with a parachute.
Here's your parachute.
Yeah, that's all they should have done to it.
Hold these 2 flares and the life squad will pick you up. Selfish bastard. I'm a selfish bastard at that point. I just hate flying so much. I hate flying so much that 14-hour plane ride to from LA to Sydney became an 18-hour plane ride, split in half though.
Oh man, but I tell you what, it was actually, I've got to say, that was one of the funniest events that I have actually encountered in a long time. Because here I was going flat out. Delmar, how are you, buddy? I was flat out cleaning up, getting the place spick and span for their arrival.
And then slept in.
Because I wanted to get up there before they got off the plane. And of course, before I went up, I wanted to see whereabouts they are and somehow send him the message, look, I might be a little bit late. But I'm looking at the tracker and going like, where's their plane? It's missing. Yeah, I missed you guys too, Bill Marva. We missed you too, Del. And I'm like, oh shit, they've landed already. Oh, hang on. I looked at the schedule in Sydney. No, she hasn't landed. Oh no, the plane's gone missing in the Pacific Ocean. Where are they? I can't find them. I've seen the last track, and all it shows is a big hard right turn to Honolulu. I'm going, oh, okay.
Yeah, it was
So where are
really
they?
bad. Not only did it delay us getting to Australia, but now Joyce says, we should come back here. I have trips to Germany and the UK, and all of a sudden Joyce is like, we should go back to Hawaii. And we'll go back to, we'll stay there a week, and then we'll go on to Australia for a couple of weeks. So we'll go back down and visit you, but all because of that stupid stopover in Hawaii.
But then here I'm trying to see what your new flight is going to be, because
I have no need to see the tropics. I have no need to go to Hawaii or any of the Pacific Islands. I am a Northern Europe guy. I have got way too many places I want to see in Northern Europe. And
there's one place I really want to go and see in Europe, out of all places. If I get time, I might get up there and have a look. I want to go to hell.
If you come to Toledo, I'll take you to hell.
Yeah. Oh, no, you already taking me to hell in Toledo's hell.
No. That was just one level of hell. This is Dante's 7 levels. I'll take you to the 7th level of hell. It's just a few miles north of Toledo. In fact, if you come in the winter, I'll let you throw a snowball in hell. I'm that close with the devil.
I'd really like to get up to hell, but I had a look, and I tell you what, it's a bit of a trip getting up there by train, but it would be nice. I see how I go with time.
Yeah, Fostoria and Tiffin. That's my wife's. Her mother's family is Fostoria and Tiffin.
Okay. But yeah, at least I didn't miss you the next day. But here I thought I was gonna. The next day when Anthony and Joyce arrived, I thought, well, I'm gonna get up there early, which I did. I saw that plane coming. I go, well, it only could take them about an hour and a half to get in. I quickly shot over the main terminal, got good parking, and I'm gonna meet him at the front with a sign. I don't know what. I still reckon you paid the customs guys. You were in and out of that place quick. You were out of that airport, out of the customs quicker than your air crew was. Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah.
Yep. We knew how to get in and out fast. Actually, you got to blame one of the airport workers there. When we were checking in, we were in this long line, and this Australian airport, the Sydney airport, one of the workers, why are you all in line here? There's a line over here. You can go use these machines over here. You'll be done in a third of the time. And Joyce and I look at each other, and she says, yes, come over here. Is that for, we thought those were just for local. No, that's for international travelers too. Get over here, you damn stupid Yanks. And we're like, yeah, welcome to Australia. She did say good day first, but no, it was fun. I mean, yeah, she was really frustrated. There's all these machines, but nobody's using them. Oh, it might help if you had a sign saying fast check-in here.
Yeah, I did tell you about that, but you didn't sink in, so.
Right. And yet you said you told us about it, and yet you were surprised at how fast we got through. See, these stories don't jive, Artie. These stories don't jive. If you knew those machines were there and you told us about those machines, then you would have expected us to get through and be out faster.
Yeah,
and
but
we ruined your practical joke again. And then you found out you really can't put a practical joke on us because there's no choice that way.
Yeah, but that's not the slow part. The slow part is g'day Todd. G'day Rick, how are you?
Bye,
The part that drags out the longest is when you picked up your bag and going through the customs. Obviously, Amanda didn't get the email saying to hold you up to do the cavity search on you.
Right.
She got it after you left. So,
well, Rick, you are closer to hell than me because you are in Michigan. I'm in Ohio, so I'm only close to hell. You're in Michigan. That is hell.
So with yeah, you made at least this time I'm going to be ready for you next time you guys come over. You know, and next time you guys come over, I'm going to be ready for you. I already got everything sorted. Yeah, now you guys are going to be having a lot. You thought you had a good trip last time. What do you have this next trip? She's going to want to come
we're going to be
back
in the
here.
north. I don't know how much time we'll be spending down if you're moving to Port Augusta or whatever. I don't know how much time we'll be down there because we're going to go up to the spend most of the time in the north.
Yeah, I know. I got the instructions from. I got the heads up from the boss. She wants to go up north, and
she wants
once I show the north, she's going to want to come back and see the south.
Yeah, and we're coming in October.
Yeah. Oh, that's good.
Because she wants to see spring and hopefully slightly warmer temperatures before the heavy rains come in.
Well, yeah, up there would be good, and the biggest thing is, she would have no excuse for not going into the water because the warm water up
She'll
north.
always have an excuse, Artie. That's just it. She always has an excuse. And the funny thing is, she got mad at me when I went in because I went in and we were done. And she talked to me later. She's like, well, I was thinking of going in, but you just did it and it was over. And I'm just like, you had your chances to go in and you didn't go.
But up there, she won't have an excuse because the water up there.
She'll find one. She will have seen a jellyfish somewhere. The water has to be like 85 to 100 degrees Fahrenheit before she'll go in.
Well, it's like a lukewarm bathtub up there.
Yeah, she is very. I've gotten her to go in a couple of alpine lakes, and she lasts about 5 minutes.
Oh no, the water is actually warm up there. You know your hot water. You know your cold water tap. Mm-hmm. Depending on where you are, your cold water tap. When you want to go and have a cold shower, guess what? It still comes out warm water, lukewarm water.
I'm married, Artie. I don't have to worry about cold showers anymore.
Yeah, well, peeing your pants, Anthony, is one way of keeping yourself warm at night. You know that.
I'm married. I don't worry about that either.
What a wonderful survival tip, guys.
We just, but yeah, the thing is, we got this trip to Germany, and then we're going to start thinking about the trip to the UK next year because we're going back to the UK, and then we'll turn our attention. The key is Joyce going to retire this coming year or the following year? She wants to go 2 more years. I am nagging her to the point where she's going to punch me in the nose. I'm nagging her. She needs to retire now.
I probably, not because you're going there, but the following year, depending on what goes on in Novi Becho, where I'm going to, I do intend to go over to the UK myself because I didn't show it to you guys when I was here, but I want to go and see the steam engine that's running over in the UK. That's a sister steam engine to the one over here. Plus my nephew,
that's just
Sparky. I've been put in forced retirement.
Yeah, but I think he's referred to what I was saying about Joyce. But it's not that she loves the job that much. It's I think Joyce needs to be busy.
Yeah.
Her job is getting harder and harder and harder, and it is stressful. Anybody who comes and sees her, she comes home from work after a week's work, and she comes down to my live stream. And if you look at her when she first comes down to the end of the stream, especially if we get laughing, you can see her de-age 10 years. But it's very stressful. There's so much garbage that goes on in the job anymore. There's so much hassle, so much aggravation. But deep down, Joyce is somebody who needs to be busy. And deep down, she tries to use money as an excuse, but money is not a problem when she retires. The house.
G'day, James.
Hey, James. But I think she's scared to have that much free time. She wouldn't know what to do. You guys watch her in the stream. She's a mover. She needs to be moving. She does not sit still. And I think she's scared of having that much free time when she retires. And it's like, oh, there's so much we can do when she retires. And when I retired, I loved my job when I retired. I could have easily gone another 3, 4, 5 years when I retired. But the crap you go through was no longer fun. Once the door was closed and I could do my job, I loved it. It was all the outside crap. And the outside crap on her is twice as much as it was on me because she's in elementary school and there's just so much more crap with elementary teachers than that.
Oh.
And she needs to, but she's also got it in her head. She wants to go. She's already at year 34. Next year's year 35, but she wants to get like 36 or 37 in before she retires. I think she wants to do more years than I did, but also she'll get an X% increase in her retirement. But it's like,
Now, we got him here, our good mate Sparky here.
I don't miss it.
Our good friend Sparky here. People go and see his videos. He's got a meet and greet coming up in mid-August. Go and see what you need to do to go there to his meet and greet. It looks like it's going to be a rip of a meet and greet in his hometown. Unfortunately, I won't be able to make it, Sparky, because as I said to you, there's a war between Toronto and the Australians. Toronto or Canada's declared war on Australia, so I won't be there. I'm sorry. But go and see it, guys. It should be by looking at it, you've got the dining car experience, which also gives you the tour. I believe, if I get that right, Sparky. And then you got the dinner car experience. I think it's the 2-3 day event. It's sold out on the 42.
Yeah, unfortunately, we can't decide right now with whether we would do the dining car or not till we get back from Germany, because it's going to depend on how much money we spend in Germany. Because already we're going to do my live stream. Joyce works. Joyce will be back to work. Otherwise, we would come up for the whole weekend. But Joyce works Friday until 3, and then she's got to be to work at 8 o'clock Monday, and that would be her first day, full day with students. So she can't take that day off. So we're not going to be able to do Friday. We're not going to be able to do Friday. And then we're going to come up Saturday. We're going to leave Friday night and then be there for whatever is being done Saturday, if we can. And then we'll leave. We'll either spend the night at the hotel again and then leave early Sunday morning, or we may just drive home Saturday night. But we'll just do what we can.
Yeah, I enjoy my job too, Randall, but I can't do it anymore, and it's got too dangerous here too. That's going to be that. I believe that's going to be a good weekend. One of these days, I'm going to be there for one of the meet and greets. Sparky, I promise you, I will be there for one of your meet and greets. Now that things are settling down. So, it's going to be a good one. I'm just going to be worn out. I know I'm going to be worn out this trip, but I need this break.
But the thing is, Sparky, you can take your time.
Yeah. And look, after I dealt with Granddad's estate, I mean the house and that, then I can go out and then basically unwind, see something new. I don't know how I'll go. I mean, hopefully I'll be able to get down to one train I do want to go on and have a ride on is go on the TGV. You know, go right down the south of France. Whether I'm going to have enough time or not for that, I don't know.
Well,
So
you come back from Bosnia, you hit Munich or hit Vienna even, catch a night jet, take the night jet into Switzerland and pick up a TGV from Basel or Zurich, Switzerland,
Zurich,
up to Paris, and there you go. And then you just go home from Paris.
You see, the biggest challenge that I've had so far.
I should be a travel advisor.
Yeah, well, I looked at that. My biggest challenge, particularly in the former Yugoslavian states, is the rental cars.
Oh, I was going to say height, but no, okay.
No, I'm at the right height. Not. Okay. My biggest drama has been I was actually looking at getting a rental car from either Belgrade or Novi Sad in Serbia and whatnot, but you cannot drop them off in another country, mate. Particularly since Serbia is not part of the EU, but I can drop off a different rental car in a country that's designated as an EU country, if that makes sense. Well, part of the European Union. Now, with me wanting going through Bosnia is not part of the European Union either. So my only chance at the moment is to get a car in Zagreb, which is the capital of Belgrade, which is not far from the Slovenian border and the Austrian border. Use that and go through Bosnia as I'm heading south, go through Bosnia where I want to go, then end up in Rijeka, which is near the seaboard. Now, Rijeka is Croatia, so that's part of the EU, and I can catch a train from there, or Slovenia just on the other side. It's only 5 minutes away, and I can even catch the ABB night service from there all the way to Innsbruck and then into Zurich. I think they've got a service in Zurich from there too. But I can leave the rent-a-car in Rijeka, if that makes sense. The rent-a-car is a big issue. I need a car in former Yugoslavian states. Once that's dealt with, then, yeah, I'll be trained by train. I do have a couple of friends down in south of France, so it would be a nice trip, and I can say I've been on the TGV. Not the orange one, but I've been on this. I don't know which one's going there. Is it the Thaler or whatever it is? And that'll be going down south. But still, I've been on a TGV. Hopefully I can get the power unit set and I can get that one going. Once I'll get that, that's my European collection pretty much done. So pardon?
I was going to say my European collection will not be done for a long time.
For now,
collection's never done. No collection's done.
Well, for now, it's done for now. Let's put it this way: it's done for now. Because really, I'm not going to have much room more to stay in here, and I mean, not much to store in here. And when I move, I mean, I've got to still pack all the stuff and move to the new place. You're going to drive to... Oh, okay. So, yeah, anyway, my next week's stream will be the last one in Australia for a while since I've been deported as well. Let me change the camera. We had enough of my ugly trains. Hopefully everybody's enjoyed seeing my trains run for a change.
Yeah, it was great to see the room. I'm glad to see you got it working. Things ran smoothly there. It was nice to see the Austrian stuff running around.
I haven't really set it up properly. I'll have it reset for next week and show off a couple of the new engines that I've got running around. Cowboy Steve, I would have loved to have gone on that orange one. I really would have. But What's it meant to be?
Because the
What's
big
it
thing
meant?
is the first Saturday that you're supposed to be broadcasting, from Europe.
Yeah.
If you don't change the time, I might go on at 3 o'clock on a Saturday. It would be 3 o'clock Eastern United States time, but it'd be 8 o'clock European time because that's the day Joyce and I are going. We're going to a town called Aachen, and we're going to go see the grave and the Cathedral of Charlemagne. We're going from Koblenz, so we're going up and coming back. And when we get back, we're going to. But while we're up in Aachen, we're going to one of the largest model train shops in Germany called Hunderbeins. And so I will probably have some stuff to show.
Okay.
So,
Well,
I'll
be.
do an early wacky weekend.
Yeah, well, I think. I mean, I'll make a mind up next week.
Okay.
I may probably be. I might be annoyed for some, but I will be doing the wacky weekend. I'm thinking at this stage, 2 hours earlier than what I am doing now, because that still brings it about. What is it? They'll bring it to roughly about 10, 11 o'clock at night in Belgrade.
Mm.
So that might be still doable.
Oh, that would be okay because you're leaving the day we leave for Koblenz is when you're on your way east.
Yeah,
because you're coming. Yeah, because you're coming into Frankfurt. You're arriving the day before us, I believe.
Yeah, I arrive the day before.
We don't even leave the airport. We just go after we get through security. We go down to the basement and catch our train 4 hours later to Koblenz. If you're waving to us or whatever, we're going to try to meet us somewhere in the airport.
Yeah. Well,
I don't know how many days you're staying in Frankfurt.
Okay, when I arrive in Frankfurt, I'm only there for one night. And I'll be staying at the airport itself because my connecting flight doesn't leave till the day you arrive. It doesn't leave till about 6 o'clock at night.
Okay, because we arrive at 10 in the morning.
You arrive at 10 in the morning.
Right.
I've got in so I can do a late checkout, which will come in handy. But at least I don't have to go too far and worry about whether I'm going to miss that flight to Belgrade because there's not many flights that goes over there. And anyway,
we're staying what time we're arriving now that all the train tickets are booked.
Yeah.
Although, like I said, schedules are getting changed. But.
Yeah, so I am actually flying to Belgrade. And then from Belgrade, I'll fly back up into Hamburg. Because as I said, I've been having complications trying to book a rail service up to Hamburg from Novi Sad. Novi Sad's only about an hour and a half from where I'm staying. So I'm just gonna fly out. And then when you go to Koblenz, that's when I go to Frankfurt, stay a week down there, and then keep going southeast, just to get away from you three, because you're going up the sea.
I think you mean when we go up to Lubeck or whatever, because we go to Koblenz the day we arrive at Frankfurt.
Yeah,
You're leaving Frankfurt to go where you're going.
Yeah.
Belgrade. We go to Koblenz, and then we're in Koblenz for a week, where we then go off and do little things from Koblenz, but we're staying in Koblenz. And then from Koblenz, we go up to Lubeck, and we're in Lubeck for 3 days, and then come down to Hamburg to go to Miniature Wonderland, spend the night, and get up in the morning. And since you're going to be in Hamburg before us, we're going to go down. We always go down to Delmenhorst while we're in Hamburg. It's about an hour and 20-minute train ride on the regional trains, and we go. And so you can come see the city that my one side of my layout is based on.
Yeah.
If you want, you don't have to, but since you're going to be there.
Oh, I do want to go out there. I mean,
we'll take you out to dinner.
I'm there to visit. I'm there to do some sightseeing too, and I don't want to just be all work. I don't want it all to be work. I want to actually look around and explore. I mean, always.
I got to log off here quick too.
Yeah, I got to go too because I've got to go and sort out a couple of things myself. Hopefully everybody enjoyed the show. As you see, I do have trains run.
With anybody else.
Hopefully everybody else did. I'm hoping to get everything fine tuned so I can do more than 3 trains for next week without accidents. Behave, Sparky. I know where you live. So anyway, thank you everybody for coming on the show. I hope to see the majority of you guys next weekend. It's been great catching up, and I'm enjoy being back, which is good. So, Anthony, and the gang in the chat, take care and see you in a week. Bye for now.
Bye-bye, everybody. Ching.
Ching chong.